Morning everyone. Haven't done one of these in a while. Always keep on forgetting to take my phone with me, which is pretty terrible, but just out on a morning walk with the dogs. There's so much beauty around us. We don't always use it really, do we? However, upon driving here, I did, well, when I got here, I found 2 massive bottles of nitrous oxide on the floor. Obviously they've been used, which, yeah, it's obviously kids doing what kids do, but still extremely dangerous. And yeah, if you're going to do it, at least clean up after yourselves. You know, you left 2 bottles next to a bin, well, 10 yards in front of you, there's a bin there. You know, if you want to be irresponsible, fine. Don't be irresponsible to the environment. It would have costed you nothing to walk 10 yards. So that's a real shame. But I picked them up, put them in the bin. This is a beautiful woodland. It's not massive, but it's a nice little woodland where, you know, obviously people come and put up little structures and things like that. There's lots of little offshoots and places to explore. I think it would make probably a really nice bike ride. It's a little bit muddy at the moment, a little bit slushy at the moment, given all the rain we've had. But it's still a beautiful walk. You can see obviously people come up and make little structures. I'm not sure if they're doing that to sleep in or, you know, making themselves just little dens. I like to think of maybe scouting or something like that, coming up here and doing this kind of thing. I don't know if that's what they do, but yeah, it looks really good. There's quite a few of them throughout the woodland. Obviously it gets used. I do see a lot of dog walkers, which is great. Most of the dog walkers I see are off lead, which is fantastic also. It just allows dogs to meet and greet on their own terms. They can move away if they want to. Obviously you do get the odd one or two which, you know, you can expect to, if they're on lead, you obviously lead up your own dog out of respect for the owner and out of respect for the other dog, but majority are off lead. This is actually council owned, this forest, which I don't hear very much of. I personally only found it by accident. But yeah, it's a council owned piece of land, so they do keep up the work on it. I know they're doing some work on the outside of the forest, just doing a bit of removing of the trees. So removing some of the trees to make room for the stronger and bigger trees, which, you know, makes sense. So they're doing that at the moment, and there is benches throughout this little bit of woodland, which is obviously kept up and maintained by Doncaster Council, which is great. Need more family-friendly spaces like this to make life better for everyone. It just gets you out into nature, and it's currently 8:34 in the morning. It's not particularly light, but it's not dark either. I think it'd certainly look brighter if the sun was out, but yeah, no, it's just a nice walk, pleasant walk. Dogs love it. And then it's going to start raining later, so I really wanted to get them out for a good run now, just in case I can't get them out for a good run later when the weather changes, because apparently it's going to be a nasty one later. Everyone obviously in Wales, I know there's a red warning out, or there was a red warning out in Wales and parts of Devon. I hope everyone stays safe and no one comes to any ill harm. It's a very rare red warning, but also anyone that's in the yellow warning, or I don't know, I think people call that amber warning sometime. Obviously just be safe as well. Keep an eye on the surroundings and look out for any flying wheelie bins. I've seen a few of them in my time. You can see obviously there's a lot of fallen trees in this forestry as well. You know, you do get a lot of fallen trees, which I suppose you get in any forest. But I think it's nice to see it so naturally, and obviously the council will come out and remove them if they are blocking a path. The paths seem to be generally maintained. Even though it's obviously we're in winter or autumn winter, and you know all the leaves are on the ground and it can get mushy and everything else, it's still really pretty. All the colours, differences in trees and which ones obviously stay, which is lovely. Obviously got an assortment of different trees here, birch and things like that. Oh. Just while we're talking about walking, actually going on walks, if you do have dogs, there's an app you can download. I can't remember the name of it, I'll possibly link it or put the name in the comments, but you basically get points for walking your dogs, which I know you shouldn't need points for walking your dog, but you do get points for taking them out for walks, and you know, as the old saying goes, points mean prizes, and that's the case with this app. So, for example, I think with 800 points you can get a £10 Costa voucher for a coffee and things like that. So that's quite good. I've downloaded it. I mean, look, I enjoy walking the dogs anyway, but if I can get a free Costa coffee out of it, why not? Might as well benefit from it. There's also other things that you can get as the vouchers, things like that. So, you know, it's not just Costa. The £10 or vouchers you can get, the amount of points you get for them have to change, or are different rather. So they're not all 800 points, £10. I think some of them are like 11 or 1200 points. You get £10. So I think it varies with different retailers. But yeah, it's certainly worth looking at if you are walking the dogs out every day. I think you get something like 50 points or something for walking them. So yeah, might be worth looking at if you really enjoy walking the dogs. Take care, everyone.